Hey, pre-notification gang. Yeah, I know. I got the car chase up. I heard about it. Haven't seen it yet, but I did hear about it. Thanks to resub Foley. Thanks to resub Schrodinger, Seal, Hunter, Syndrasia, and the bits Adonis. And yeah, about the her other stalker. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'll pull that up because I didn't read through all of it. Let me just get her Twitter up. Thanks to resub Aka, Behemoth, Bryson, and Surgical. I'm in Tier 1 St. Clair and Tier 1 Rocky Top. Did you watch Attack on Titan? What? No. New season hasn't started yet, has it? Thanks for resub Skinny and Mysterious. In the Prime Milk Toe. And the resub Tree Fitty and Pink. Glad you liked the wrestling match, yeah. There's a lot I want to talk about with it, so we'll go over that in a little bit. It was an hour long. I did not know Attack on Titan dropped today. Thanks to the resub Puglord, Mega Method, Sophie, and Dickles. Oolong tonight? Maybe. I think we might be doing Destiny 2 raid later. Get a little bit more gear. I'm not sure yet. If we're not, then yeah, Wulong. If we are, then after the raid, Wulong. Not positive though. That wouldn't be for a couple hours. Thanks to resub Thunder, Rack Attack, and Jaholi, and Anio, and the Prime Jack, and Bits Slouch. I know that channel, I don't like it, Slouch. Thanks to resub Jared and Alshian. Did not sneak, not yet. Thanks to the anonymous gift sub and the resub Noir and Rick Soul. You see that Wakey Wines got raided by the UK police today. No, I can't imagine why. They're only running an open scam. Thanks to resub Party Pat, Jarl, Shoot, Atua, and Binek. I can't believe it's taken them this long. Thanks to the resub Moistadelphia. And the resub Animaniac. And the 5 gift subs Retro. Thank you for that, Retro. And the bits, or the Prime Asia and resub Falk. And thanks, Lavender. Yeah, I read about all the Vince McMahon stuff. We talked about it on stream, actually. Thanks, resub Norse. And the resub Tyrannic. And the resub Sylvester. And Paradis and Huge Capacity in the Bits Kinway. Is Tiana watching the MWL2? No, I don't know what that is. I think the 5 gift subs way ball and the resub hobo. Actually, hold on, no, I'll close the door. When are you watching Attack on Titan? I'll watch it tomorrow. Thanks for the bits, Devi. Thanks for the resub, Dagger, and the bits, Zek. And the resub, Moist Boy. What's the big news? Well, it's not like big news or anything. It's just a massive chase happened today that I kept getting tagged in. So I know this one's apparently wild. Though I do know the suspect starts shooting, so when that happens, I'm clearly going to have to not show that. No one gets injured, as I understand it, so it should be fine to watch. But yeah, definitely do want to check that out. Thanks to the resub, Big J, Doughboy, and the Prime Random Guy, and Tier 1 Rowboat. Thanks to the resub, Yeet. And the resub, Yes It Can Squirt. There's some class. Haven't seen the new Attack on Titan episode. I didn't know it started up today. And yeah, I didn't read much about the stalker situation with Amaranth here. So as I understand it, it's the same guy from last time that we talked about. This fucking weirdo. This guy, he apparently sold everything he ever owned, even gave away his pets in order to be near Amaranth and watch her from a distance. And back a couple months ago, he tried to like break into her house, but security took care of him and they got a restraining order, which never really does anything, ever, because they don't take like stalking seriously, so the best that ever happens is like a restraining order. So apparently he came back this week. While I was on a boxing press conference Monday, my team notified me that my stalker from last year, the one from Estonia, was back and trying to break in again. He started by trying to sneak in behind one of my house staff, but had the door shut in his face. This guy also streams his entire journey of stalking Amaranth, or at least he used to, and he would dance around like naked and shit and send it to her. It was so fucking weird. He's very much like the Bjorn stalker, that guy who blew his brains out after sending an acid bomb to Bjorn. Like it's, or Bjork, excuse me. It's fucking terrifying. Like this is an actual mentally unhinged individual. There's the resub Kona, D-Mac, Olivie, and the 3 gift subs Universal, and Tier 1 Chad, and Tier 1 Immoral. And the gift sub Immoral. And the resub Dwight, and Coco. Resub Joe. Wild how this isn't a crime / him getting arrested. Yeah, we've talked about that. For some reason, in cases of stalking, they don't preemptively act, even when the person is clearly a danger to themselves and the person they're stalking. They have to wait until they do something. So, a very famous case, I think it was South Korea, it might have been Japan. There was a stalker that got reported by a pop star 1,000,000 times. Literally like 1,000,000 times. And all the authorities would do is note it. Make note of it. Say like, all right, you can't do that anymore. Don't do that anymore. Get away from them. And then fast forward like a couple months, and they ended up killing the celebrity and I believe even dismembering them. And it was just an entirely preventable tragedy. Because they had so many fucking reports The guy was clearly deranged. Like he made active threats, showed up with like weapons, if I remember correctly. I can think a knife. It's just they don't take it seriously, and it does happen quite a bit with the stalkers. So I don't know why there wouldn't be better protocol in place. This guy is clearly a danger. He sold everything he ever owned in order to move from Estonia to be near Amaranth and stalk her and like show up at her place trying to break in. That is all the red flags of a dangerous man looking to hurt somebody. That is not a mentally sound person. Yet nothing gets done about it. Sweet Anita had a very similar case where her stalker moved into the same neighborhood as her. No matter how many times she reported him, nothing happened. He showed up and, if I remember correctly, like shoved her down and showed up with a knife at some point. Still, they didn't like fully arrest him. I don't think they ever did either. It's so fucking backwards. Things the resub manifest in Lawrence. Like, I understand it's hard to act on a crime that hasn't been committed yet, but stalking is a crime, just one that's not taken seriously, and there should be levels to it where it's like, this is stalking, but this person doesn't seem like they're going to be like a danger. Maybe a restraining order is enough to get them away from the person. And then there's a case like this where the restraining order means absolutely nothing except toilet paper to this weirdo. Maybe we should do a little bit more, but they just don't. It's so bizarre. It's so weird. There's a resub twerp in the Prime Joe. Is that who that was, Jay? So it was Japan with that story I was talking about? I knew it was either Japan or South Korea. I couldn't remember which one. Thanks for the bits, Gears. Left only to return 4 hours later, tried to get in again. Failing that, he paced back and forth at my front door for 20 minutes before leaving a package and a key. Police were notified since the restraining and trespass warrants had been breached, but per usual, it's a we have to wait and see what else he does, even though he has literally already broken the law given his coming back to my premises after a criminal trespass was issued. Nice. Man's out here thinking that he's like with the Da Vinci Code, a package and a key. That's odd. Is the resub MRC? Thanks to the gift subs. Shish. Thank you for that. Oh, that just happened recently, didn't it? Talking about... This is a morbid topic, but I think this just happened like this week. Talking about dismembering, did you see the case in Hong Kong where a model was killed by her ex and was cannibalized? Yeah, it was like the whole family, right? They dismembered her and started freezing her body parts to eat. Wasn't that this week? Exit tier 1 stash. And the resub Bronzo. And Nitro. I don't remember why they did it. I can't recall. It was some kind of like familial dispute or something. Like they had some kind of fight within the family or some shit. I don't remember. So they give sub Axeli and the resub Vague and give sub Panda. They owed her money. Oh, is that what it was? They owed her money? Thanks to the bits extra large. And the resub 4. Hey, Rod. Oh, no. I already posted the Moist Wrestling match. I'll talk about all that in a minute, though. We have a lot of big plans with it. Thanks to the Prime, Edgy and Luke. Did you see Megan Hale filed a lawsuit? No. Oh, Megan Hall. Oh, this is the cop in the big department sex scandal. Saying that they sexually groomed her for risque escapades. That's a plot twist. Jesus Christ. God damn. Big plot twist. Alright, I'll keep my eye on that. I didn't see that one. Summarize it, please. She's claiming that they groomed her and forced her into the situations. She felt trapped, and they abused their position in the department to make her feel like she should be doing sexual favors for them. So she's now suing the department. And we'll see how all that goes. Interesting though. If true, it's fucked. Yeah. Yeah, if true, that is pretty fucked up. There's a Prime JC Bot, Raven, Finn, the resub. Planty, Big Red, KP, Snowy, Nocturnal, and Pinguino, and Steve. Yeah, you were telling me about that game already, the SpongeBob horror game. And there's the resub Smog. I did not know Attack on Titan started up yet, so no, I haven't seen the new episode. I'll watch it tomorrow. I already finished all of the new Bleach. What are you talking about? I talked about that on stream. I gave like a whole review of the first part of 1,000 Year Blood War. There's a resub Flying Cat and the gift sub Marble. Resub Grimes. Resub Helmet. Yeah, here, we can talk about the Moist Wrestling League. So this isn't just going to be a one-off thing. We have been brainstorming the wildest storylines imaginable for the MWL. So we started it like really bare bones. We didn't want to go too big right off the bat because we're very unfamiliar with like the right way of filming it, the equipment we need. So this was very much like testing what we can do with the concept. So everything was really grounded, very simple. But going forward, we have the wackiest fucking ideas ever that I really want to talk about now, but I don't want to spoil the upcoming matches. So we've got a couple that we're still planning. Hopefully within the month we can get a few more up. It is so fun. It is so fucking fun. Like, it is probably like the best content we've made together. Thanks to the resub Ace and Tier 1 Aaron. Oh, no. You don't understand the storylines we're cooking up for the MWL. I really, it'd be a disservice to spoil any of the upcoming matches. Like, anything's on the table. And we want to, like I mentioned, we do want to do like the very old school WWE stuff where they're doing like those small matches in weird venues like the grocery store and shit like that. So we'd have all kinds of crazy throwdowns and everything. Is NASDAQ returning? Yeah, that's the stock market boys. Stock market bros will of course be back. Was Matt a fill-in because you couldn't find an actor for a ref? No, but that worked out really well for us. So the very first tumble here, when Matt enters the ring, Commissioner Phillips, I must have watched this like 50 times and I legitimately laugh every time. So in practice, Matt hit this like at least 12 times in a row. I'm gonna take it from you. But in the one time we needed him to land it, he couldn't.
He's the commissioner, he can do what he wants. That's the commissioner.
Oh, hold on, why is the quality all fucked up? Legitimately just the one time we needed him to hit it, he couldn't do it.
He's got his own rules, we're just following them. Oh,
alright boys.
I thought for sure that was gonna be some like inner like bleeding or something. I thought for sure that was the end of Matt. I lost my fucking mind. I watched that back like 50 times. Like, that was a hard tumble he took after nailing it so many times in a row. No, it wasn't on purpose. So you can see his fucking foot gets caught. And he just absolutely eats ass on it. And it goes right into his lower back, and he's already got like some lower lumbar issues he's been dealing with since he took like a gap year for college basketball. So I thought that'd be the end of him. I thought he was fucking broken in half. But he ran with it, he played it off, he didn't even need a breather. It was beautiful. Thanks to the Tier 1 Tyrannosaurus, and the resub Cool Max, and Gift Sub Jealous, and the bits Punk, Finn, and Apple. Happy birthday, Mystic. And the bits Pie. Pie. And the resub Operator, and Kelsey. And the bits Priva. It looked like Vince McMahon when he hurt himself. That's what we were joking about, like where he should slide into the ring and tear both of his quads. And then he accidentally almost did something very similar. Thanks to the resub Pancake and Ophidia. And then give sub Tyrannosaurus. Yep, so we are making this like a full-blown wrestling promotion. We have a lot that we're cooking up with it. It's only going to get better from here. We learned a lot from our pilot. So from episode 1, we've learned a lot about how to film it, how to put it on, what we need in terms of like equipment, crew, all that. We learned a lot from it. I think it went really well. Thanks to the resub Ace. How often do you expect for us to see the matches? Don't know. We don't know what the like release cadence will look like or anything yet. But as we get better at it, we eventually do want to take it to Twitch to do it like live here. I think those streams would go so hard. They would be so fucking fun. And I'd love to get Germa involved because I love Germa's wrestling content. So I'd really like to get him involved in some capacity to start doing some stuff. But I think it'd be so great in a live format. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Tyrannosaurus. Appreciate that. And the gift sub, Axeli. You should. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I know about the DPW. I saw that a lot of people tagged the DPW today, so I looked into them. They seem great. That seems like a great promotion. Wouldn't that be dangerous to stream on Twitch because of the potential physical harm? Well, no, because it's in a sports context. In a sports context, it's not like we're just filming fucking street matches. So no, I don't think that would be an issue. It's a resub dental. A title fight inside a brothel would be astronomical. Amen, brother. Thanks for the bits, extra large. It looked like one of the guys had a cut on his shoulder. Chainsaw, yeah. I think it was during the 401 KO when he was getting his head slammed in the briefcase. I think a part of it cut him. Because this, I'm gonna tell you how the sausage was made. This wasn't like a traditional briefcase. This was just one of the gear carriers we brought for some of the equipment. We wanted him to come in with a briefcase of money, but we forgot the briefcase, so we just grabbed this instead. You forgot the money too. Not true, we had like 5 fake $100 bills. Thanks a resub Soladin. The 401 KO is such a good move name. Yeah, I think that was... It was either Andrew or Chase that came up with that name, but that was a great finisher. That name goes hard. Exhibits Finn. Yeah, we are watching the police chase tonight. Thanks to the resub Nico and the bits arrow. But sounds interesting. I can check that out, Arrow. What's the lore of what the entire MWL? We're playing it off like it's existed for like 60 years, even though this was our first and only match so far. We just like the idea that there's just an established, accepted, long-term history of the MWL, so this is a really prestigious match. But if you mean these two fighters, Chainsaw is, he's just an angel, and unfortunately lost his wife and his home in the 2008 recession, so he blames the stock market for his collapse, his fall from grace, and he finally got to go toe-to-toe with Dow Jones himself. That's just kind of like the general backstory. Got divorced or his wife died. Yeah, we couldn't decide, so she's kind of in like limbo, like Schrodinger's wife. Sometimes we referenced her when she was like as if she was alive and left him because he was broke, and other times we talked about her being in heaven but being happy as hell. So I think we'll just stick with she's dead. He lost all his money and she died instantly. The second their bank account hit zero, her heart stopped. I think we'll probably just roll with that. Make him fight her ghost. See, you're thinking in the right headspace. I don't want to give away too much, but that's not off the table. We thought it'd be really fun to have like a Luigi's Mansion style fighter who, instead of fighting the wrestler themselves, starts fighting the spirit of the wrestler. So he's like trying to suck up the ghost, like the Holy Spirit, chasing it around the ring and shit. See, you're in the right headspace. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Tyrannosaurus. Again, thank you. And the resub Draco and the bits Icy. Yeah, it was so much fun. I can't wait to do more. Thanks for the bits, Jay. That's a cute idea, Jay, yeah. All kinds of crazy, elaborate shit like that. You gonna play Wulong? Yeah, it depends on if we're doing any Destiny grinding later tonight. If we're not, then yeah, I'm gonna play Wulong. If we are, then I'll play Wulong after the Destiny raid. Thanks for resub, Zach. When is the next Moist Moguls game? The 10th. Same day as our world first raid. Usually 35's Finn. Thanks for resub, Momo. And the resub Don and tier 1 Pan. And the Prime Walker. The resub yeah for you. Oh, the Trinity Ghoul. That's what you're talking about, Fuzzball, right? I already have the Trinity Ghoul. But he was selling a really good first and last today. Thanks for resub, Sweet Ginny. And thanks to the Prime Rack. And the resub Weezer. Are there going to be reoccurring characters? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, of course. Charlie wasn't kidding. The Pizza Hut sauce is incredibly nasty. Yeah. I actually think that is just the biggest problem with Pizza Hut. And the 2 times we've done the pizza tier list, both times Pizza Hut has performed really well because we didn't get their normal sauce. So I really think what goes wrong with Pizza Hut is their normal sauce.
Sun don't have an exact cross street of that gas station, but in that general
Actually,
vicinity,
hold on. Before I start this, let me take a pee real quick. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Thanks to Resub, Comet, and Nostalgia, Weezer, and Alex.
they were chasing him down Ontario Avenue when he pulled into the gas station. And again,
Chris is back in the hot seat,
that is now
casting yet another chase.
Westbound 91 freeway, guys.
Good to see you, Chris. I also would just like to point out real quick, breaking news streaming now. They actually do treat this like a legitimate sport. That's wild. There's Toss in the chase. I know.
Heavily tinted windows. You really can't see what's inside. And we
So when that happens, I'll just go full cam.
Whether there were other passengers inside, potentially even a child or
There's
a
a Prime
baby.
Debbie.
You have no idea. We hear about these stories so
Bits
often where
Axelli.
somebody carjacks a vehicle with innocent people inside the car. Again, we have to remind you, this is a pickup truck that was at the gas station, presumably being filled with gas. So we have to assume that we're working with a full tank of gas in that pickup truck. A very dangerous situation, a
Thanks,
lot of
Yusuf Squirrel.
unknowns. And like I said, that all of that information leads me to believe that they are going to dedicate more resources to this because the suspect behind the wheel here is obviously very dangerous, must be taken off the road. We've already seen some of that erratic driving. You can see him doing still 100 miles per hour in light traffic, but that's going to change here, of course, the further west we get on the 91 freeway, 105 miles per hour.
Man, this thing really cruises. Jesus Christ.
You're right. You're right. He's already coming up on Anaheim Hills, covering a lot of real estate in a short amount of time here, even using the shoulder to get around whatever traffic is in his way here. Again, he is on a two-lane express side of the 91 freeway, the number 1 and 2 straddling that single dotted white line there at, I mean, this is incredible. That is an accurate speed. We're pushed all the way in here. He is doing about a buck to maybe even 110 miles per hour here. So really dangerous speeds. Can't under score that enough. Just a dangerous situation here. But at these speeds, we say this all the time, you would much rather see it on the freeway than some of the erratic driving just that we saw in a few minutes on surface streets. If this gets off the freeway, I really worry what kind of damage he could do on surface streets. So if they could keep him on the freeway, that'd be great. But for the time being, they are not even in the vicinity, and you can see the moves that he is doing here. I mean, this is very dangerous, very erratic driving. Almost hit that car right there, cutting people off, and he doesn't even have any police behind him. No lights and sirens. He is just booking it at, just going as fast as that truck will travel, I think, with the helicopters overhead.
Not sure yet, Finn. It depends. Maybe Wulong.
Yeah, we're dealing with a lot of unconfirmed information. Obviously, we're speculating.
Where's this one taking place? Do you even need to ask?
Road rage, you have to wonder whether the person is
LA,
in their right
man.
state of mind. Are they under the influence?
That's where like every chase happens now.
Or is this a larger crime spree?
Driving in LA right now is like driving in Spy Kids 3D. It's all just like a giant fucking race.
Shoulder to get around the very few cars in his way. They're not really even in his way, but he is just about to off-road here to get around the few cars that there are in those express lanes. For some reason, he doesn't want to pull over to the right here. Again, he's got the whole freeway to himself. Why he's using that shoulder, I have no idea. But again, the information that we have received from police is that this was a road rage incident that resulted in a hit and run, and our assignment desk did get some information that this may also involve a robbery. So again, this could be part of a larger crime spree, or this could just be, well, I think at this point it's fair to say this is a crime spree, because now when you see somebody daring enough and brazen enough to carjack somebody in the middle of the day like that at a gas station just to get away from the cops. Obviously, this is somebody with probably, and we can't say this for sure, obviously, but probably already.
Yeah, no, I already know. I already know. When that happens, I'll go full cam, or just skip ahead of it. Wait, he stole the truck and he's driving.
Those main lanes are all full, so now he has to use those express lanes. The main lanes have backed up quickly. That traffic that's flying past there is barely moving. He's still doing 100 miles per hour past all of those people as he approaches the 55 freeway. That's part of the reason that the freeway slows down right here. It's also a little bit of an incline here, so he is going against traffic. Again, a bulk of that rush hour traffic is coming eastbound. He is going westbound, but you're so right. The further west he gets, the heavier traffic is going to get, and obviously the priority is to end this somehow. But right now, I don't see how, because
Prime
they don't
Rango.
even have units in position.
Is he going somewhere?
The way it is,
I don't know. I don't know what his plan is.
That eventually arrive here are gonna
I'll wager a guess he doesn't have a plan. So I don't think he's necessarily trying to make it to like Lester's shop or anything. He's just driving off pure instinct and panic.
Commits to the southbound side of the 55 freeway, I believe.
Thanks, Resub Compton.
I would have expected CHP I would have expected CHP to be the first people to arrive.
Okay, time to go full cam. I'll take Chris's job for a minute and tell you what happens here. I know that it's around this point. Yep. What happens is the driver slows down, leans out of the window, and fires a fucking machine gun at the police behind him. So he leans out and fires, I believe it's just like a assault rifle. That's what it looks like, at the cops. And then he speeds off again.
Rifle that just came out of that driver's side window, shooting back at those units. He just shot in the direction of those law enforcement units. That is believed to be Corona PD. I can't confirm that. That's believed to be Corona PD.
Right around a ton of just cars everywhere. Ton of very, very not good. This is not a good guy, if you can believe that.
We're going to try and get on the south side of the freeway here, get better eyes on the driver's side. But guys, we are dealing with, obviously, I mean, it goes without saying, we are dealing with a major criminal behind the wheel of this pickup truck.
Right you are, Chris. A major criminal indeed. I would be inclined to agree with you there. I'd even go as far as to call this guy just a downright jerk.
Look at this.
Pardon my French. I'll say it.
Getting off. And coming at us. He's coming at us. Now he is, look at this. Is he wearing a uniform? Is he wearing a uniform? I can't tell for sure. Or is it maybe a sports jersey?
What uniform would this be? What? I don't think he's wearing a uniform, Chris. I also don't even think it's a jersey. I think it's just like a normal shirt with some kind of brand on it. A civilian uniform. Yeah, I don't know what uniform this would be. I don't know what Chris thought he saw there. Thought he was like some kind of decorated National Guard or something, I guess. I have no clue what he thought he saw on that one, but that just looks like normal attire.
It's either a sport, maybe it's a, okay, it's just a t-shirt. Okay, I thought I saw an arm patch there, excuse me. Yeah, it caught me off guard there. Obviously an older gentleman with a goatee wearing a baseball cap.
Man, is that wait, what the fuck? Chris, I think I know who this is. Isn't this, the guy from Orange County Choppers?
Yeah,
fuck is his name? Oh man, wait, wow. That looks, it actually looks like shockingly close to that guy. What is his name? I can't remember it now. That goatee is iconic, and he's wearing a backwards cap too. Here, what's his name? I just get a bunch of pictures of him. I don't get his name. What the fuck is it? Chat, what is it? It's not fucking Fred Durst. Don't be ridiculous. Fred Durst would never do this. Well, not like the Orange County Chopper guy would, though. Why can't I find his name? I'll type in Orange County Chopper's main guy. Paul John Teetle. Tell me this doesn't look somewhat close. I might be onto something here. I'm no like crack shot investigator, but I tell you there's something fishy afoot here.
Me off guard there. Obviously an older gentleman with a goatee wearing a baseball cap, and it does look like maybe a sports jersey or a t-shirt that he's wearing with that gun in his lap. At
Jesus
least one.
Christ.
Yeah, he's got a gun in his
Oh,
lap
he is
there.
wearing a jersey,
And now
though.
look at this,
You were right
communicating
about
with
that,
the pickup
Chris.
truck next to him. The driver rolling down the window, taking his AirPods out.
What the fuck
trying
is
to
happening
communicate
here?
with another driver. Looks like he's asking for directions. He's asking for directions.
What
He's
the
at Tustin
fuck?
Avenue, just off of the 55 freeway, and it looks
What
like
the-
he was trying to figure out where he is or where.
What the fuck? That is... This is real life. If you showed me that in a movie, I wouldn't believe you. Wow.
Where he's going. There are going to be multiple agencies now that are going
There's
to
a
be
tier 1
working
Lake and the resub
cohesively,
Red.
hopefully here in the
Pro,
very short order.
Woodchuck,
Put this
and
to an end.
Veteran
You're
from
talking about
Tyrone.
Riverside County
The
Sheriff.
bitch Grinch.
You're talking about Orange County Sheriffs. You're talking about Anaheim PD, Corona PD, the California Highway
Hey,
Patrol.
buddy, how
They
can I
won't
escape
stop
the
at
police?
nothing at this
Oh
point.
yeah, if you just
After
go up
he
right
just
there,
fired
there's a
that
paint
weapon
shop you can
at
park
those
in and you'll
students.
lose all your
We
stars.
don't know if anybody was hit. It was just too...
Damn.
It happened too fast, and we did not get a good glimpse at the pursuing officers there, but it appeared to be, from what I'm being told, a Corona PD officer that pulled in behind this pickup truck, and as he came to a stop in the middle of the transition there, he pulled out that assault rifle, and look at this, right through the red here, he's making a left turn onto, I think that's going to put him, is that onto the freeway, Rob? I can't tell. Is that it's a freeway entrance. Going to put him back onto the westbound side of the 91. He wants to get back onto the freeway. That's going to be the westbound 91 freeway. Driver's side window being rolled up now, guys.
I already said that. Is this live right now? No, it ended an hour ago. I was getting tagged in it while I was lifting. Then I got kind of the cliff notes. The Brunkle. That's a great name.
They will stop at nothing. I think
I
that's
like it,
fairly
Jay.
obvious at this point, even though we don't see any
Thanks,
law
Resub Sunray.
enforcement in the picture just yet. That's going to change in the next few minutes. They have to work together and triangulate and catch
More
up
toss
with
at
him
28:30.
despite all
Alright,
the
thank you.
traffic. But that is going to change, and you're going to see lots of units pursuing this truck. They will even start performing traffic breaks to shut down the freeway if they have to. I'm being told as he shot back at that Corona PD officer.
Thanks to Prime Menace, Slice, and
Corona
Resub Dingus.
PD fired back at the pickup truck. Now you saw that close up through the driver's side there. It certainly appeared that he was not injured, but there were bullets flying in his direction. So a shootout there on the transition. Corona PD firing their weapons
Resub
back.
Joke
This is now
in
an
Koala.
officer involved shooting. They stopped and he kept going again at triple-digit speeds, just as he's doing right now in the HOV lane. We again are on the westbound side of the 91 freeway. I don't see any. In fact, Rob, can you pull out? There might be one or two. There's that is going to be. Dan, help me out here. Is that an unmarked
Resub
CHP unit?
Tenderloin.
That might be an unmarked. Let's go ahead and show me the white SUV really quick. White SUV. Is that's a I think that's a supervisor, right? That would be a CHP.
No, that's a road,
supervisor,
Chris.
if I'm not mistaken. Under the freeway. It could be a canine or either a supervisor. In any case, that's the white SUV you see. That's CHP. There's another black unmarked unit that's behind him. So a couple of unmarked units, and then I think I saw black and white behind them. I'm sorry, there's a lot happening up here, guys, but from what I've counted, at least 3 units with their lights and sirens going.
Why is he running?
2 of them look like
He
fairly,
stole the car, shot
unmarked
at police
vehicles, or at
officers,
least,
like, and now
not
he's
your
just desperate to
typical
try and get
patrol
away.
cars.
That's why he's
And
running.
one of them may have even been a canine unit. In any event, they are not pulling back. They are a little bit behind him. Look at this, pulling right up on this person in the HOV lane, still looking for a way to squeeze through here. Slowing down with the traffic. It looks like he doesn't really have anywhere to go. Traffic's not exceptionally heavy. It's like moderate traffic right now.
There's a
Basically,
there's a
we call
comment
that
with
stop and
timestamps
go,
for every
but he's slowing
toss.
down
Oh,
with
good,
it
that's
'cause he really
helpful.
has nowhere to go with that center divider there. So
Oh, but this
he
is
doesn't even have
spoilers
enough
for the other
shoulder to
shit.
work
I just
with.
need to avoid the toss stuff. Running never works. Why would he do that? Well, he's obviously not very smart. Like, you have to be pretty fucking dumb to try. And you have to be even dumber to shoot at police. There's a prime Tyrone. And there's a Peter. Oh, that's awesome. Congrats, Wood. Thanks for your sub, Timmy. Why does it still say suspect? It reminds me of what I read today, where Chris Brown picked up, or not Chris Brown, Travis Scott picked up a fan's phone and threw it, and it was videoed the entire way of Travis Scott picking up the phone and throwing it, and they still said allegedly through the phone, even though you can see it. It's verified, it's confirmed, but you still have to say suspect or alleged, which I think is very silly. It was Chris Brown? No. I mean, this isn't that important to pause it for, but no. You're thinking of something different. This actually happened twice. Chris Brown was giving a lap dance to a woman on stage who wouldn't stop being on her phone. So then after he was fucking dry thrusting his butthole on her leg, he picked up her phone and threw it. But Travis Scott was in the headlines today because during one of his sets, he took some fan's phone that was recording and threw it. It's two different instances. Here, I'll pull up the Travis Scott one. And I guess it's a assault lawsuit because of it. See? Two different cases, but within 24 hours of each other, so I understand why most people would be getting it confused. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Spear. Appreciate it. And the resub Mercurius. That's old, isn't it? Oh, I don't know if it's old, but it just broke today.
Obviously, we have no idea how exactly it's going to come to an end, but the behavior that we are seeing here
1925,
is, let's just say, next level.
Okay.
By the way, we are dealing with multiple agencies.
Let me know when I'm getting close to one, just in case I lose track of time.
This truck. So, despite the information that we received about the road rage and the hit and run, that would be a serious enough charge that would warrant a lot of law enforcement, with no doubt. But if there was another robbery involved or whatever else, it certainly would make a lot of sense because there was already 2 helicopters overhead when we were hearing about this pursuit. It included Riverside County Sheriff and Ontario PD. Ontario is nowhere near here. So for Ontario to come down to Corona, that raises lots of questions. Corona PD involved.
Is it just tossed because of the gunfire? Yeah.
After their units have been fired at, and CHP, before he carjacked this vehicle, was already on the way out via ground and air units with their airplane to continue monitoring this pursuit. So he has had a lot of eyes on him for the last hour or so, and obviously things have only ramped up since then. So again, the backstory here is going to be
what if he found that rifle in the car after stealing it? Wouldn't change it. It's not like the rifle itself started shooting at the officers. It doesn't have a mind of its own, like Soul Leader or anything.
In any event, or at least quite serious. In any event, we find ourselves still on the 91 freeway, hugging that HOV lane, slowing down when he has to. Doesn't have a whole lot of pavement to play with in terms of that left shoulder, but the freeway is going to start to slow down. If he stays on the 91, or even if he takes the, let's see, he's coming up.
Is recent prophecy?
I want to say he's coming up on the 5, right? Yeah, he's coming up on the 5 freeway. That'll be a big decision for him. He might commit to the 91, which I think if he stays in that lane.
This is a new one. Just happened an hour ago, yeah.
I just saw that sign. I think he still has the option of staying on the 91 or getting off and getting onto the 5 freeway. He's over the goal point, thinking about switching over, and I think pushing on that sign right there. So if he stays on the left side, if he stays in that left lane, that'll put him on the 91, right side onto the 5. He's staying left, taking the left lane onto the 91, so staying on the 91 westbound where traffic is
I think it's the
a
tier
little
1
bit
Gallum
lighter,
or
I will
Delima
say, for the next couple of miles.
The resub Soma. Cameraman better be getting paid well. Well, Cameraman and Chris, they're a great team. They work really well together. The coverage they provide of car chases is like Super Bowl level.
I mean, you know, just with the knowledge of the high caliber weapon that he's got in his lap there, you just, and the way he's willing to use it, if he's willing to fire at police officers, he's willing to fire at anybody who gets in his way. And that's why, as you guys are talking about, it's so dangerous to be anywhere near this.
There's a
These are
resub
all
Feed
innocent people.
and a Bungie.
If at the very least they could get more units to shut
tier
down the
ones,
freeway,
Scuba.
that would be the ideal. I mean, that from my perspective would be the #1 thing that they should be doing is shutting down the freeway. I will leave them to make that call. Leave it to them. But right now, I don't see even those other CHP units that we saw. They have fallen
And the
way
resub
back
Squared
because
in
he's
Neon.
continued these ridiculous speeds.
And yeah, I'm very excited for Wulong. Thanks to the gift sub Ethereal. Okay, hold on. We're about to come up to the next toss moment, so let me just skip by it. Oh no, never mind. Wrong one. This is him just barely. It wasn't him firing. This is him barely missing this red car.
And really? I mean, this is a top-heavy vehicle, as you obviously know, and he is taking some of these lane changes really, really fast. So he is obviously very agitated.
It's 28,
His
yeah.
adrenaline must be through the roof.
Thanks to
And,
Resub, you boy.
There's Artesia Boulevard, it looks like. Getting off at Artesia.
Do you hear about the car chase? Yeah, I've heard about it.
Red light, through the light, cutting off
Oof.
somebody going in oncoming lanes of traffic, westbound Artesia Boulevard, coming up to another red light with lots of cross traffic, going through the red light again in the wrong lanes. He's going the wrong way on Artesia Boulevard.
Oh,
shifting
you
back
know
over
those
to
horns
the
are
correct
ripping
side of
at
the
him.
road there, continuing westbound Artesia
He's got to be so
Boulevard.
embarrassed.
Guys, what we don't see here
The
is
ultimate
any
shame.
law enforcement yet. None of them were able to get off the freeway with him. We have not seen any law enforcement for several minutes. This is so scary.
Next to the resub Nano. I think so. I'm pretty sure I've seen that one Nano. Surprised he hasn't been shot by another driver.
You can't predict.
Man, what?
He hasn't established any kind of a
Why
pattern,
would he? It's
so
not like they
to be
know that
honest,
this guy's a
Spike
criminal.
Strip, in this situation,
It's not like they put out an APB over the
I would
fucking
call it a
radio
long
where it
shot. And there
hijacked
are
every
a couple
car's
of units
system and
that
just
have managed
blasted.
to
Be
pull
on the
up here
lookout
on
for a
Artesia
black
Boulevard.
pickup truck.
I think one of them is
Open
the
fire
same
on them if
black,
you can.
SUV, perhaps a different agency. Can't confirm that. Another black and white behind him. Look at him doing 90 miles per hour on surface streets here.
There's a
About
tier
80 to
1
90
machine. And
miles
the
per
15
hour on
gift
Artesia
subs
Boulevard,
Loser
coming up
Cruiser.
on
Thank you
yet
for that.
Another red light here.
Appreciate
He's
that.
gonna
Thank you,
skirt
Cruiser.
around it and go through. Watch this. He's coming up to the crosswalk and now inching his way through here, slowing down for the cross traffic and continuing westbound Artesia with those units behind him.
And the bits fin. Oof.
Oh boy.
Jesus. He's a prime philo.
This might be the worst time of the day to see this happening. I mean,
Yeah, this is terrifying with how many
3,
people
4
are walking
o'clock,
around.
People getting off school, as you said, people coming home from work. The streets are obviously very busy. We haven't seen a whole lot of pedestrian traffic here, but he is putting so many lives in danger. And I just worry
the prime
about
left
what
and the
happens
resub
when
demand.
he comes to another stop. If he feels threatened or if he stops the vehicle once again, I mean, his options are going to be limited, but he's the one with the gun. And so, you know, oh, forget about it. I mean, he's slowing down for some intersections and blowing right through others. It just takes one wrong move if you have cross traffic coming through.
There's a resub taco.
So look at this, threading the double yellow line into oncoming lanes of Artesia Boulevard again, just trying to get past the couple of vehicles here. It's not even like a big traffic jam. He is just trying
Yeah, he's just a
to
fucking
lead
idiot.
those units
What
about
was that?
100
What the
yards
fuck
back.
was that? This guy is just an absolute maniac. I can't believe it. Oh my god.
I mean, my mind immediately goes to the wild and crazy chase we covered in Fullerton just a few months
There's a
ago
tier
back in
1
November.
Hesse
We
in the
all
prime
know
table.
how that one ended, a much different situation, but still, I mean, that was where we literally saw 3 carjackings in one afternoon in one pursuit. So, you know, this guy's limited. Look, people biking across the street here. He's taking a left turn.
3
turn
carjackings
off of Artesia
in
Boulevard
one
onto the
afternoon, huh?
Southbound side of Woodruff Avenue. Southbound side of
I-
Woodruff, where he maybe even saw
I can't
those
even say I'm
people and just
surprised.
Figured, let me just get off of Artesia here. He made a wild left there, and when we can, we'll pull back.
We saw that
again
one.
And just see if any of
It
those
wasn't
units
3. The one we
have
watched
managed
had
to keep
2.
up with
Unless
him.
one of them was
From
off
the side,
stream.
From the looks of it, I would say not yet. Look at this.
It was the
Look at
van.
this,
There was
a
only...
whole
Oh,
bunch
Jesus
of-
Christ.
Look at this, a whole group of kids crossing
Holy
the street,
shit.
school letting out here. This is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst. Let's just.
Oh, he's gonna try and
he
fucking
continues
inch his way through.
at a slow clip here. Lets the kids cross and just keeps going. Nobody here has any idea
What the
has
fuck?
happened or what is going on inside that pickup truck. Please just keep going. Please just keep going. He's stopping. He's stopping. He's trying to maybe.
That is... If I was watching this live, I would have been
There
panicking.
are a bunch of units now. There they are. They've caught up now. A whole different story as they're going to... Okay. So the first question I have, and Rob will help me out with this when he can, I want to... And with the help of our
There's some
assignment desk, I want to
classic
get a better
Yeti in the
idea
prime
of
dizzle.
what other agencies are involved here, because like I said earlier, there are going to be numerous agencies, as there likely were right there just at that intersection alone. A whole bunch of different agencies certainly were in Cerritos' jurisdiction. So
There's the resub
Cerritos
Shara.
PD, that was actually Corona and Anaheim still. I'm being told still Corona and Anaheim, still the primary agencies here that have managed to catch up with him here in Cerritos. Now
And the
taking a
resub
turn
birdie, or bird.
on to,
This
I
guy's making a
wanna say
pickup look
that's
like a
O'Connell
Ferrari.
Avenue.
A Ferrari.
We'll
Yeah.
confirm that here in a second. That's South Street. Made a turn onto
This
South
pickup
Street,
is
going northbound
much
South
faster
Street.
than I would have
The
expected.
good news, guys, is that there were about a half a dozen, at least a half a dozen
There's the
armed
prime
units
reverb and the resub
behind him
Mikey.
that they will be in a
Resub Josh.
position now to mitigate whatever we are about to see here. But here he is, face to face in oncoming lanes of traffic.
This is a
with
fucking
more
wild chase.
unsuspecting
He has
motorists
spent more
completely
time in the
missing
wrong
bystanders
lane
as
than he
he
has
just
in the
tries
right
to
one.
squeeze through. Those units are gonna. I mean, what are the options?
Oh
And
my
you have
God.
to wonder, what are the options for these units? They are ready for anything, but how do they strategize to bring this to an end any quicker than we see any other chase? Because this guy has to be taken off the road as soon
This
as
is also one of the...
That's a
Okay, hold on. I already know TOS is coming up because I know he shoots again. I know no one gets hit. I don't want to take any chances here. Okay, I think that's the end of that. Okay, yeah. Thanks, resub Donatello. Okay. Thanks, resub Synth and the Prime Flamboyant and resub Ryan.
Of those officers.
Police should use grapple hooks. I actually said that like a day ago. They should have these kind of almost twisted metal-like vehicles where it shoots out like a grappling harpoon or something, like almost a Batman device, into the back of it, and they just reel it in. That's what I said. That shit would be incredible. They shoot nets. I've never seen that, so I don't know what that's referring to.
We're in Lakewood, and you start to see a little bit of smoke coming from the brakes as he a hard brake there as he came up on that intersection. So a little bit too hard. You saw a little bit of smoke emanating, and now he's continuing through through Del Amo, rather.
He's a resub, Mr. 98.
Northbound Bellflower through all of these red lights, hoping to lose those.
Because this is one of the very few chases where I completely understand why the authorities haven't been able to stop him yet. He's not only heavily armed, but it's heavily populated, the areas he's going through, so they can't pit maneuver him. They can't engage in a shootout because there's too many potential victims that are just getting hit in crossfire. They really can't do anything here. I totally get it. They can't spike trap him because they can't catch up to him and get ahead of him, and they'd probably still hit other cars in the crossfire with it. Like, their options are super limited. This one I totally get.
If he was able to see those officers from the position where he shot that gun, that was fairly close range. Certainly hope for the best for those officers. We're continuing through another major intersection, the wrong way through another red light.
A sniper from the helicopter. Jesus Christ. This isn't a video game. Like, that would be the most unreal shot of all time. Like, this is perfect. Look at how far out the helicopter is. We're zoomed in heavily. That shot would be crazy. You'd have to lead the shot by an unreal margin, and the vehicle's going over 100 miles per hour with fluctuating speeds. Chris could do it. Yeah, maybe Chris could do it.
Worse. So that's the given that I can tell you. But how we get to that point is certainly up for grabs.
These are so Boop, Bad Gamer, and Ghost. And the bits Stank and Mac. They should just paint fake tunnels on the walls like Looney Tunes. That'll get them. Oh, some Wile E. Coyote shit. They just paint like escape tunnel here, police not allowed, and it's just a wall they run into. Yeah, that could work. Why haven't they tried that?
By the way, I have to correct myself. I said northbound. He's traveling southbound on Bellflower. I think for the last couple of minutes I was saying northbound. He's traveling.
Oh, hold on. No, not yet.
Southbound ever since he made that turn out of that neighborhood. So traveling closer to Seal Beach here as he makes
tier 1 shade.
Lakewood, and now continuing here, slowing down where he has to, but really with no hesitation, jumping into the wrong lanes of traffic and continuing to blow through red lights. I apologize, Ellen. You mentioned something there. You asked me a question. I didn't quite catch it. What was that?
Tier 1 literal WR. We should have an EMP harpoon thing like from Fast and Furious that disables the car's computer.
Well, it's a good question, and there it is.
I actually totally forgot about that. That was when Fast and Furious was almost still grounded in reality, too. I think that was the second movie.
Of the 405, it sure is.
They shoot the EMP darts.
The 405 northbound, and we are back on the freeway. The good news with this, aside from the obvious, is that CHP will now be, with maybe a little bit of luck on their side, maybe in a better position to shut down the freeway. At least shut down the freeway behind him.
Donkey, the resub Braden, and
even shut down the
Mnemonics.
freeway ahead of him. But this is an all-hands-on-deck situation. They will use every unit at their disposal to shut down the freeway. I have to believe that's the case.
Someone in chat said this happens so much, but this has happened since cars were a household item. We just have live feeds of it now. That's what I wondered as well. Because very clearly, the amount of live footage of these car chases has escalated drastically over the last year or so. And I was wondering if it's always been like this in LA, or if it's just now being broadcast this often. Because I don't live in LA. I don't know how common police chases are there. Go back to the plane? What do you mean to the plane? Did he put in a cheat code and get a plane to spawn? What? Sorry, I was looking at chat. Where? Did I miss it, or did I not go back far enough?
At least shut down the narrative here. Ellen, you mentioned something there. You asked me a question. I didn't quite catch it. What was that?
Thanks, Resub, Spencer, Mitch, and Mr. T. And Chew. It's when he gets onto the freeway.
There it is. There it is. The 405. He's jumping on the 405. And that, I think, will be the northbound side of the 405. It sure is. It sure is. He is taking the 405 northbound, and we are back on the freeway. The good news with this, aside from the obvious, is that CHP will now be, with maybe a little bit of luck on their side, maybe in a better position to shut down the freeway. At least shut down the freeway behind him, potentially even shut down the freeway ahead of him. But this is an all-hands-on-deck situation. They will use every
did I not go back far enough, or is it not come up yet?
I have to believe that's
Did I miss it again? Oh, there it is. Shameless. Shameless Southwest marketing. No, I didn't know Attack on Titan started today, so I'm going to watch the episode tomorrow.
They are going to have to call in. My anticipation here, with limited knowledge, and I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, obviously, guys, but the only practical thing that I could think of, and there happens to be one nearby, is for the LA County Sheriff's Department, for example, to bring in one of their armored Bearcat vehicles. Presumably, they will need to bring
That's still
in
extremely
several
dangerous,
armored
though.
vehicles to surround this truck. But this is a situation where a pit maneuver ain't going to happen, spike strips are out of the question, all of the things that we're used to seeing, throw that book away. Just take that text.
That's exactly what I was
throw it
saying,
out the
Chris.
window. I think this is going to require multiple armored vehicles, ultimately, to surround this truck and potentially box it in, unless this comes to an end some other way sooner. But in the meantime, those units are following from a distance. They don't want to get up right behind them, as you mentioned, Alan, because obviously every time they do that, they end up getting shot at. So nobody wants to see that again. They're going to stay back a little bit, not too far. They don't want to lose them, but they will pull back a little bit so they're ready for the end here. And now he's off of the freeway at Temple Avenue, by the way. Maybe getting back on. There's an opportunity if he makes the right here. Another entrance ramp, I believe.
Could they use a giant magnet to stick to the car? You talking about from a helicopter? Take like a giant magnet to the top of it and try and lift it?
Slowing down a little bit compared to the driving we've seen earlier on surface.
Another interesting cartoonish suggestion, I suppose.
Closer to the Long Beach city limits. That's probably exactly what was going through his head when he got off the freeway, because it was already starting to slow down. And as we've said already a few times, this is the worst time of the day, not only for pedestrians, but traffic-wise, and just the potential for risk here is just through the roof. So again, making another random turn, appears to be a random left turn
Okay,
southbound.
it's coming up on TOS. Let me skip that.
Jesus. Maybe firing.
Tell us what happens. Oh, is this another little?
I don't know what he was firing at.
A little gunshots going off. It's no good. Bad stuff.
Like firing out of the vehicle. Again, I don't know what he was pointing at, but more shots fired here on PCH.
I think that is the last one. Handgun? No, he's got an assault rifle. Man's got like a goddamn machine gun in there.
Yep, we're going to stay on the driver's side of the vehicle.
He's a 5-gift subs Venom.
Another major intersection. What was unclear there is what he was shooting at, because if he was willing to fire through his own windshield, he must have had a target that he was pointing at. We did not see where those bullets ultimately landed. This is the third separate shooting by my count. This is the third separate shooting by my count, and quite frankly, guys, we don't know if anybody has been struck by gunfire over the course of this pursuit yet. It's certainly possible. We just don't have that information yet.
It doesn't end in shots. It actually doesn't. Usually when someone shoots at a police officer, it ends with like fucking 1,000 mag dumps. In this case, it didn't. I know that when I got tagged on Twitter about this, they made sure to mention that. So I know it doesn't end with that. Why spoil? Well, because I mean, I couldn't watch that if that was the case. Was this recent? Yeah, it was an hour, well, 2 hours ago now. Is your shit wearing off? No idea how much gas is in this truck. If I remember correctly, they said at the beginning that he actually carjacked this from a gas station, so it might have just a fresh tank. That's very possible. Exit Prime, AS, and gift sub Rocky, and resub Lemon. Now you're getting wacky with it, Jay. Thanks for the resub, Coco. Don't understand why people run away like this. All they're doing is adding time to their jail sentence. Yeah, you see what you're doing, though? You're already thinking, which is more than what these people do. This fucking inbred goofball not only carjacked a pickup truck, but then opened fire on officers. He'll never see the light of day. It's a miracle he didn't get executed by the cops. Like, these are not smart people. What happened to the audio? Why are you whispering now, Chris? Why is this ASMR?
Bypassed the 710 freeway. There is the possibility that he aims towards the 110 freeway and decides to get on the Harbor Freeway, and then at that point he has more options. But in the meantime, we have bypassed the 710. He is still committed to PCH, and anytime you see any traffic in his way, still pulling the same tactic of jumping over the double yellow lines into oncoming lanes of traffic, blowing right through the red lights. The dangerous driving continues, but quite frankly, the scariest moments are when he pulls into a stop or slows down. So I don't know what's worse at this point with this guy. They just need,
This is California. If so, he'll be out in a week. I asked this question during our first chase, because I just don't know enough about like how California enforces crime like this. I asked if it was soft on crime. Most people said no. So, I don't know. But I will tell you, this guy, no shot. He has opened fire on officers 3 separate times and endangered the public countless times during the chase. 0% chance, no matter how soft on crime they are. If they are.
I have a law enforcement officer sitting right next to me who was flying Air 7 this afternoon, Dan, who has 30 years of experience with LAPD. Would I be correct, Dan, in saying that they would be, it would be almost likely at this point that a supervisor has authorized the use of force to fire into that vehicle? Yeah, at this point, it's fair to say that gunfire
EMP
may
and
very
Lunatic
well be fired
and
in his direction
Noob.
if they can get
Nibit's Tory. Yeah, it is.
to bring to an end. That is certainly a possibility. A more peaceful resolution would be if they could somehow disable this truck some other way with an armored vehicle.
Thanks, Resub Juice Boy.
The way he's driving and the way...
Do the people that get damaged by this man have to pay the damage by themselves, or how does it work in America?
I mean, it's really hard to
I asked that same question too, and I can't remember what the answer was, because the first chase we watched, the guy ran into like a guy stole 2 civilian vehicles and both of them got fucked up. I think they had to do GoFundMes to reimburse the cash, so the public paid for it for people that wanted to be, you know, helpful. I don't think they actually reimburse. Insurance? Oh, true. Maybe in that case it was just a lack of insurance then. Yeah, good point. But I don't think the onus is on the department to reimburse the public. Exhibits Rocky in the resub game and SKZ. Makes the prime variable. You there, Chris? I think he's lubricating the gears. His throat might be sore from casting for about an hour now already. He puts it all on the line. He's working just as hard as the officers engaged in the chase.
Communication, guys. I'm not even sure if you can hear me. If you can hear me,
I can hear you, Chris.
We're still on PCH. We've come underneath the 110 freeway. We have left the jurisdiction of Long Beach, and we're now in, I believe, either LA County's Carson jurisdiction or potentially even Torrance as we make our way further west here along PCH. Again, I know we're having communication issues. I cannot hear you guys right now, but the chase is continuing with several units behind.
Whoa! Shit. Actually, here, hold on, I know toss coming up, so I'll just skip by that anyway. Oh, no, he does. The next toss is more shooting. I thought it was something else. Oh, wow. So, reading, someone did timestamps of, like, toss moments. The next one was the 4th shooting, but they believe that that actually came from the police chopper while he was slowing down. Because apparently he did, it seems like he did actually get hit at that moment because he started driving erratically. Yeah, maybe. Wow. Yeah, 100%. Holy fuck, they blasted him with a goddamn musket. Jesus Christ. Obviously can't show it on stream, but just seconds ago, a giant, like, blast came off of the truck, and you could even hear it through the scuffed audio from ABC here since they're having audio problems. It actually sounded like a goddamn elephant gun.
It's coming to a stop, coming to a stop.
Oh, actually, hold on. I don't think I can show this because apparently he was bleeding from it. Oh, wait, that's not yet. Oh, no, that was a little bait and switch. He must have rubbed dirt in his wounds and then continued.
They can't hear me, right?
Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Rocky. Yeah, I don't know what they shot him with. It must have been a fucking blunderbuss, though, because the shockwaves...
Newscopter has to come down. Take Newscopter off.
Damn, Chris. The shockwave on top of the truck was huge. Oh, God. Speaking of huge, thank you, Rod. Christ. Thank you for the 50 gift subs again, man. Good lord. Thank you, Rod. Really appreciate that.
Nothing.
I hope you had a good day, man. Thanks for resub courage. So the chatter who said snipe him from the helicopter was right. Yeah, I guess fucking so, actually.
They're all following, okay.
Oh yeah, I'll eat crow on that one. I'll eat some shit there. Yeah, apparently the chatter who said why not just snipe him from the helicopter 100% was right. They actually did that. Which is a crazy shot. Well, to be fair though, he wasn't really moving when they pulled the shot off. So they might have just been waiting for the right time. What caused the chase? Carjacking, and then he shot at the officers. Oof! Oof! Alright, hold on. Now I know boss is coming up. Damn! I don't even think that officer knew there was a chase going on. The dude was just kind of hanging out. He was like, man, today's been really uneventful. Not much going on in the department. Oh, Jesus! Jeepers! Zoinks! Alright. But yeah, he apparently gets out and there's some blood, so I need to skip past that. I don't... It says there's blood, but I don't see any. This seems like it should be fine. So, hold on. Let me just... I want to make sure. But it looks like there's no blood here. Yeah, it really doesn't seem like there's any blood. Like, I'm going frame by frame. Can someone else check on their end? Yeah, blood would be tossed, that's why I've got to avoid it. I don't see it. Oh, it's after he gets taken down is where the blood is? Oh, yeah, you're right. It's okay. So everything up till the takedown looks fine. Okay, yeah, so here, I can show you the whole foot chase because, wow.
Right.
I'll tell you one thing, this guy was no star
Yes,
running back
suspect.
for his
He's
football
running
team.
without the gun. Running without the gun. They're going to take him down here. He's now
That
on
is
Western Avenue.
rough
Oh
form.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's on foot trying to carjack
But he immediately
somebody
goes to try and
else.
carjack someone
somebody
else.
else.
Also, I will say, sorry to immediately blue ball you. I want to point this out. This man's got that like mid-90s swag. He's got the snapback slightly off to the side. He looks like he's part of like an old b-boy troupe. Crazy drip.
Whoa.
Yep. Okay, now I've got to stop. They dog pile on top of him though. And then you can see some blood on his shirt. Yeah, let me go past that. Okay, there's no blood here. What the fuck? Is this a... Hey. I'm not familiar with normal protocol, but do they usually do this like a... Get him up here like a wild hog wrangling? The fuck? It's like a prized fish. What the fuck? Even Chris is stunned.
On 5.
Open my tackle box.
FM1 is on 4. FM2 is on 5. The volumes, yeah. Both say ICOM.
Wow. That was a fucking crazy chase. Knocked his ass out. It didn't look like he was knocked out, but maybe he was. It's very possible. Yeah, that would explain it.
I can't believe he didn't take the gun.
I'm happy he didn't.
Anybody get hurt? Maybe the cop might have gotten hurt, huh? Was it a bad hit? I almost missed it.
Did he carjack a police truck? No, he hit a police truck. I'm pretty sure that officer was... He didn't even know where that chase was going. He was just in the area and then just got clipped. But he ended up being the hero. He finally stopped this madman. Actually, that was... apparently, they arrest some random person at the end, so I guess we'll go to that in a second. But unironically, that officer... He's like Luigi. He won by kind of just doing nothing but being in the right place at the right time. So this right here was actual best case scenario. You couldn't have drawn this up any better. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even clip the civilian vehicle to his left. Nope. Doesn't even hit the truck to his left. Only the side of the police car and then right into the pole. Only him. Only the criminal. That was actually the best possible scenario for that. That is wild. He was trying to block him, was he? Let me see. Oh, you're right. Yeah, he turned his car into him. I thought he was just in this other lane. Yeah, you're right. No, he does make an effort to turn the car into him. Good eye. I didn't even catch that. Well, no, actually, wait, no. He even tries to turn his car away at the last second. I really don't think he saw it coming. I really don't. Like, he did make an effort to turn away. Either way, the man's a fucking hero. I'm not sure how much of that was calculated, but it worked out beautifully. He would have died. True. Maybe that is like, maybe that's how they teach you to do it, perhaps. I don't know. I don't have the training. Either way, absolute fucking hero from this cop.
Oh!
That couldn't have been any better. No one else got involved in it. Just the cop and the criminal. And the criminal obviously took the brunt of it. Hopefully the cops are right. Hopefully he didn't get like whiplash or anything from it. I have no doubt that probably saved lives too, because this guy was unhinged, just actually shooting into crowds. Well, shooting at cops around crowds. So that man really did save the day. Oh, I fast forwarded a little too far. It does look like they just take it in some completely unrelated guy. He must have been getting rowdy or something. I have no idea. What? I don't know why. Thanks, Resub Lorben. He refused to leave. Oh. Gotcha. I don't know why. I mean, you could just go behind the caution tape. You can still get the TikTok video. I don't know what the point would be in making a big fuss about staying there if that was the case. Nightcrawler. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. There's like 15 cops there. Well, yeah, man, the guy was fucking fully armed. He was firing an assault rifle back at them. Of course they're gonna get out a ton of cars. This was a crazy chase. Absolutely there's gonna be a ton of cops. It was 3 jurisdictions. Makes sense. Not surprising. Thanks, Resub, Majestic, Weevil, and the Prime, Swift, Thrall, and Bits, Finn, and Chris. I know. We were talking about that a minute ago, Chris. Thanks, the Resub Breaker. And the Prime. Puss. That's why I'll never move to LA. I don't know if it's an LA only thing. Maybe they're just the only ones that have turned it into a spectator sport. I don't know if there's chases this common in other major areas as well. But yeah, it is very much dominated by LA right now. Thanks, Resub Funky. The more it's televised, the more people do it. See, I would normally agree with you in a case like when it comes to, I don't know, publicizing petty crime or something, but a chase isn't a petty crime, and you don't get like any clout from it. You just get an extremely long jail time. Like this guy, he will never see the light of day again. So I just can't imagine anyone would throw it away when they don't. Like there's no, I don't know any of the other chases criminal. Like I don't know their name. No one does. They don't even bother to publicize their name. So I don't see that making people want to go on chases in LA, because you get actually nothing out of it except a jail sentence, and they don't even release your name. Thanks for the 5 gift subs again, Venom. I appreciate that. And the resub J, Twisted, Slick, Fool, Sadistic, and Tier 1 Carlito. And the bits Tori and Chris. And nothing too recently, Chris. And the Tier 1 Darth, and the 5 gift subs Cajun. Thank you, Cajun. And the resub Mario and Tier 1 Hunter. And the bits Tech. Thanks to the resub. Inquisition. Grind time. Are we grinding? Let me see. Let me check Discord. Yeah, it looks like we are going to do a bit of grinding here in a minute. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Noble. And the bits, Rocky. And the bits, Finn. And resub, Kia. Never hear about good cops sad. Here, I'll show you a good cop. I was praising this guy, man. This guy legitimately saved the day. This was a good cop. Threw himself in front of this. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Well, thank you for that then, Jolby.
Whoa!
See? There you go. That was a good cop. 100%. They're out there. Next to the Prime Trampum and the bits, Chris. And the tier 1 sauce and the resub Zek or check. Oh. Thanks to the bits, chair. You see the video of the fleeing suspect that crashed in the building? Oh my god, that video was crazy. I didn't even know that could happen. Thanks to tier 1 Hershey. I obviously can't pull that up on stream, but that shit was terrifying. Yeah, that was Baltimore, right? I think it was Baltimore. Yeah, there was a suspect that was fleeing, and he crashed into another car, and both cars then went into a nearby building, and the building collapsed on top of them. It was horrifying. And the pedestrian died. Totally unrelated to everything. Completely innocent guy. Suspect blasts. And the whole building collapses on them. Yeah, I've never seen that happen before. I've never seen a building collapse from, like, it getting hit by a car. That shit was crazy. That was terrifying. There's the Prime Jack. And Welch. There's the resub win. The dumbest thing, the lawyer representing the pedestrian's family is suing the cop for chasing the car. Well, I imagine that's because they can't sue the criminal because they'd get nothing out of it, would be my guess. I don't know if that's like standard procedure. I'm not really sure. There's the resub Mike and Skull. Thanks to the resub. Big W and the anonymous gift sub. And the gift sub Skull. No way they win that case? I couldn't tell you. When's the next Moist Esports watch party? I think the next one's gonna be Moist Moguls Valorant. So 7 days, 1 week from now. It's the same day as World First Raid for us. So we're gonna be doing Destiny World First Raid, and then take like 2 hour break, hour and a half, however long it goes for Moist Moguls Valorant, and then back to Destiny World First. Thanks to give sub Christina. Well, I don't know about that arrow. I'll probably just look that one up on my own. Thanks to the bits, or the prime brip. Thanks to resub. Hassan. Am I gonna be finishing Yakuza this weekend? Probably not this weekend, but eventually, yeah. Thanks to resub blank. I will be finishing Ishin Like a Dragon. And I plan on finishing Yakuza 7 as well. You guys are just very impatient, is all. You didn't finish Sons of the Forest? You weren't here last night then. I already speedran that game. I finished it 3 times in under 15 minutes. So I beat that game more than you have. Thanks a resub, cool man. Thanks to the long time of watching, then didn't appreciate that. Did you hear about? Yeah, I saw the Kaide stuff. That's really sad. Wishing them the absolute best. Thanks to give sub Rocky and the resub unidentified and Sugma. Thanks to the Prime Daffy. I'm sorry to hear that, Girth. I'm sure you'll find something better. Thanks to Tier 1 Finn. Did you know they're remaking Roadhouse? Nah, I didn't know that. Hey, hope you do well on Unidentified. Thanks to the resub Espion. Did you see that Funko is sending $30 million worth of Funko Pops to a landfill? Okay. That's kind of wacky. Alright, thanks to the Prime, here to be moist. There's a fan-made sequel of Ed, Edd and Eddy called Peach Creek. Wow, that's interesting. Never heard of this. Is it any good? Let me see the teaser. Is it tier 1 gothic? Yeah, I know this is a fan animation. That's what the message said. Interesting. So it's been running for 2 years? Oh, no. I haven't had anything for 2 years. Damn, unlucky. Will the next MWL episode be out? Not sure. We still have to film the next few episodes. Hopefully within the month. Thanks a resub freak. No advice, Finn, but once you start making it a routine, it makes it much, much easier. There's a prime fleas. Can we watch the MWL in person? Plan is, once we get good at like actually producing it, filming it, all of that, we'll take it live on Twitch, and then maybe we'll do like tours with it or something. Would be really fucking cool. But yeah, we have a lot of big plans for the MWL. A lot of big plans. What's the MWL? Our Wrestling League. Episode 1 just went up tonight. Oh, I still have it up right here. Chainsaw vs. Dow Jones, the pilot. These are the bits care. WRX. Yeah, I know that channel and I don't like them at all. WR. Things a bits Colby. I even like the acronym MWL. I know, it sounds real official, doesn't it? I have not seen Creed 3. I didn't see the other two, so it wouldn't make sense to see this one. It looks good, though. I'm sure it will be good. Are you doing some Destiny 2? I don't know anymore. They haven't responded. I think they might just be farming strikes right now. Is resub Polybridge? Yeah, if we're not grinding, I'll do Wulong, but I'm gonna give them a little bit to respond. I haven't finished Atomic Heart yet, but I'm pretty close. I think I'm pretty close. I'm gonna take a little tinkle and fill up my water real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. There's Prime Ashton and the resub Brucifer. Yeah, it sounds about right, Arrow. There's a resub, Marty McFly. Would you get on the PB for Forest last night? I don't know. I accidentally stopped the timer, but apparently it was like 11 minutes. The wiggle that killed Tarkov. Is this the Tarkov cheating I keep hearing about? There's a resub, R-Swan and Snoop. Joel knows all about it. Caleb? Just Joel's? Okay, I'll check out just the beginning to get a grasp on what's going on.
Some people claim that there's a cheater
I
in
don't really
every
play the
single
game.
lobby, and others declare they've never been killed by a cheater. The truth is most likely somewhere in the middle. But how can you know? If the game developer knew, they'd ban them. And if a game doesn't have a replay system, which Escape from Tarkov does not have, how does a player know how bad it is? So I came up with a
Word
plan
of
to
mouth
answer this question
streams, I guess.
once and for all. The plan. Number one, we will find a cheater. This should not be difficult. This is Escape from Tarkov we're talking about here.
So I'm
Number
guessing
two,
cheating is rampant.
We will spectate said cheater, and we will observe their gameplay using their ESP. Number three,
We will find the cheater overlord and we will destroy them.
whoa, easy Tiger, got a little overzealous there. Number three, we will figure out
It's
how many
so
cheaters
bad.
there are
Okay.
in every Tarkov raid using the cheater's ESP knowledge. Let's go do it. Before we get into the footage, I want to throw this disclaimer in here.
This guy's
And
got
I'm
a
not being
great setup.
hyperbolic when I say that if you watch this video, it will change the way you look at first-person shooters, especially games like Escape from Tarkov, forever. If you enjoy playing Escape from Tarkov and you're having a great time, keep playing the game, and it may not be a bad idea just to not watch this video. But if you're frustrated with the cheating situation and you want to know how bad it is, this is the video for you. The game developers are most likely going to copyright strike and try to take down this video. If that occurs,
Why would
I have a
they?
video ready to go. It doesn't contain any game footage, and I will put it up immediately. And if this video is still up on
Are they
YouTube,
known to do
you
that?
can't-
Is the development team behind Tarkov egregious with copyright takedowns? Easy tier 1 moon cactus and the resub mofo. That's so weird. Like they're just calling out cheaters in the community. I guess the reasoning would be seeing cheating would incentivize people to cheat. But I don't really subscribe to that argument. That's pretty weird.
and try to make a copy of it and download it. I'm not going to go into details there. I'm sure you know how to use Google. Now back to the video. Step one, we need to find a cheater. This was not hard. Just look at these metrics. There are over 1,000 people online right now in this Discord. And you don't even need to be in the Discord to get the cheats. They have sales? And check out this. In early February, they had 4,000 concurrent users connecting to the servers at one time. And this is just one cheat developer of many. And while there are plenty of cheaters in these Discords,
Thanks,
I
Mr.
need to find
Pufferfish.
someone that I actually trust. Do you remember Evoker? He was the cheater I interviewed and shadowed in my video, Messy Truth About Hacking in Video Games. He has some pretty fancy cheats that would be very useful to collect the information I needed. And even though I vowed to keep him anonymous, he knew that the cheat devs could figure out if he was the one who leaked the footage. Evoker was more worried about getting caught by the cheat developer than the game developer.
Yeah, that makes
Let that
sense.
sink in. The
Well,
cheat-
that's not new. RuneScape has a very similar thing. The developer, the company, just bans you. The people whose livelihoods depend on the cheats, they'll do more than that. They will come after you. So yeah, that is absolutely the one that's scarier. Between the company and the people that their entire livelihood revolves around the cheats, 100%. Not even close. Except, I guess, in the case of Bungie, because Bungie will take down the entire cheat company, like they have many times in the past now. Thanks, you resub, JD.
Cheat developers are more careful and restrictive with their software
one
than the
grub.
game developer. Evoker was out, so I took matters into my own hands and installed some cheats. And 5 minutes later, I was a real hacker. Okay, that was easy. But before we go on this cheater catching rampage, we need to set some ground rules. Number 1, fresh account. I'm not playing on my main account. Number 2, no killing PMCs, even if I think they're cheating. Number 3,
pancake in the
no
5
transferring of loot,
Venom. Thank you,
no
Venom.
boosting, and no playing with anyone else. And number 4, after a few days of testing, reset the account. So this is the start of a normal match in Escape from Tarkov. It's a night raid, so it's harder to spot players, unless you flip on ESP. You can see the players'
Oh, he's just
level,
freely showing
kill
the
to death
cheating.
ratio, their distance, what
Okay,
gun they have out.
now I see. Now I see why Tarkov devs would take it down. Even like Apex and shit, or Fortnite is a great example. When Jarvis downloaded cheats in Fortnite for a viral video, he got banned for life and they took down the video. The showcasing of cheats is what they have a problem with, not so much exposing the cheaters. I see now. I understand. That's not uncommon.
How much ammo they have, their hitbox or skeleton, everything with this cheat. And this isn't even a really good one. In addition to that, you have radar down in the bottom right-hand corner. It shows everything, including the AI bots. This is going to be really nice when we're seeing if another player is tracking us through walls, because you can see what direction they're looking with the little arrows. I witnessed a player with a high KD drop someone on the way in. I plan to creep up and just see what he does. And while I creep up, this other player surprises me. Yes, even with ESP and radar, you can still get surprised. I follow my rule and let the PMC kill me. I can't tell you how many raids this happened in. Was the guy cheating? I have no evidence whatsoever. As far as I can tell, this was just a normal raid.
I imagine he probably just heard you.
In this next raid, I decided to investigate
That sounded
this
like a
big
lot of
team fight
noise.
that was going down. A few players had already
Thanks,
died.
Yusuf,
That's what
Alien,
that
and
white
Philip.
default inventory text is. I gave them several opportunities to get spooked. I even jumped up in this tree to really test them. And nothing. A player scav rolled up and I decided to have a little fun. And yeah, I'm using a voice changer. On the first day of testing, I actually thought I was going to come back to Tarkov. And I didn't want to get recognized in game. More on that later.
Don't shoot, okay? We cool? Come over to the tree, come over to the tree.
Yeah, I see. I see him.
Yeah, there's two.
It's painfully clear that these two Chads are legit. How refreshing.
Whoa, don't shoot!
We have a fun little interaction and we go our separate ways.
I saw you looting. You guys were standing still. I could have popped you in the head. I made a pact not to kill PMCs. I'm kind of doing a quest.
Okay.
Thanks, the Prime,
You guys
man.
are crack house, right? You guys can just pass through. How about that?
Okay, I'm gonna go through the big wall. Hey, don't flank me. Just leave me alone.
A player scav? Why are you teaming up with a player scav?
Listen, man, I'm not telling you what to do with your life.
I thought maybe things aren't that bad. However, I didn't really have a solid plan to determine if someone was cheating or not. How can you know? I load into a night raid and I look around the map.
Yeah,
and I decide
that
to
can be
check out
said
this
for pretty much every
low-level,
game,
high
though.
KD player. I roll up.
Like
glance
even
down at the
Counter-Strike,
radar.
a lot of cheaters are just dog shit. I've used this example like twice over the last month, but Clara. The infamous Clara cheater. She was using wall hacks. She could see everyone through walls, and she was still getting absolutely fucking steamrolled. I mean, you'd never know, because she's trash. Be the same, and it's the same story for a ton of other cheaters. I guess I haven't seen it yet. We're still early in the video, but I have to imagine in Tarkov it is extremely painfully obvious when somebody is cheating.
And he locks
And we just
on
haven't
to
seen
my
it yet,
position.
is my guess.
He lies down. Is this my first cheater? Did I find one? No. He's literally just AFK. Raid after raid, nothing. It honestly was pretty boring. But then I discovered a secret weapon, the Wiggle. And the Wiggle was all I needed.
The Wiggle, huh?
I can't believe it. 2 legit players showed up and I watched the cheater destroy them.
What the fuck?
I went to the roof to see what he would do, and he was stuck in a healing animation.
I'm like spazzing out right now.
Oh, like, can you use your gun?
Even cheaters can get Tarkoved.
No.
Another player rolled up, and I died to him. And if you question if that wiggle was completely random, he sent me a message in game after the fact. Cheaters change their names all the time. The next day, he had already changed his. What's so brilliant about the wiggle is that it
Interesting.
shows the other hacker that I cheat. If they respond to it by wiggling back, it confirms that they have ESP. And that's what I wanted. I wanted them to show their hand. In the hacking community, a wiggle is a form of a truce, a peace offering. Armed with this new information, I went back into raid to track down another cheater. The ESP tells you who is on a team, and here we have Team
I imagine
1 and Team
everyone
2.
starts
And
wiggling.
I figured I could find out if the winner was legit or not. Team 1 gets third party, but handles the threat quickly. Killed them. The Team 2 guys, look how much they backed off. They're not even fighting over their friends' bodies anymore. They're just back here sitting in the gas station. What are they doing?
It's so bizarre. You see that happen. You've seen it happen a few times, right?
That's why for the channel, Cr1tikal you're hearing. She plays Tarkov as well. We speculated it was possible that both teams might have someone who's not legit. When the ESP turns red, it means there is a direct line of sight to the target. I tested Team 1 several times, and this guy's not watching his ESP if he is hacking. I was pretty confident they're not cheating. I needed to stay close to keep the pressure on. They can't jump this wall right here and kill me if they...
I was gonna say you get so
Suspect.
close
Wiggle.
up in this stuff.
Team 2 loses another player in the fight, and the last man surviving heads to the extract, which was a wise move. The dust settles, and I try the wiggle. Oh, he's wiggling. Look.
That's so
See that?
interesting.
Yep.
Okay. That's fucking cool. Well, cool's the wrong word for it.
Does that mean the whole
He took
team?
out his red. He took out his red rebel.
Does that mean the whole team is cheating if he's doing that?
Let's see what happens when I come over. This guy takes a few pot shots at me, and I let the cheaters take care of him. That scab
Wiggle
up there
was
lit me
before
up.
Do your
VoIP to
voice
interact
changer.
with enemies.
Yeah, dude. Up on the hill. He lit. Unless what you shot at me, I don't think you did.
No, we were shooting at that scav up there, if that's him.
Wait, he shot me through the barbed wire.
He's just a better player, you know?
Yeah.
I'll be careful. You need anything?
Nah, man, I'm good. That was very difficult to figure
Thanks,
out that those
Reset
guys were
Infinity.
hacking.
Yeah,
And give
yeah.
some terrible.
He took out his red rebel the second I took out my knife.
Yep. That whole team.
100% cheating.
That whole team.
That whole team. Sometimes I would just antagonize a cheater with the wiggle to get them to rage hack on me, and it works. I know this guy's getting so annoyed. He's trying to avoid me.
So
But you're
I
only
imagine
level
there's
11,
more
I
than
can
just
keep up with
ESP
you,
in
buddy.
this, right? Like, there's got to be
Hello
aimbot
there,
and
sir.
shit.
Hello there, sir. Whoa.
Yeah, there is. Okay. But is the main thing the hackers use ESP? Because I haven't seen them get aimbotted on yet.
He just deleted that level 52. All right.
You'll see it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Hey there, bro. Wow.
I found it quite common
Thanks,
that
we should
cheaters
send
ran
you-
in groups. Their
They use
KDs are
everything.
extremely high in the top
Okay.
1%. And after this guy gets this insane nade kill, I sneak up on their position. It should be noted that I am not overweight, and I make sure to silent crouch walk, not hitting bushes, etc. It makes no sense that he would lock onto my position here. He sidesteps left and right, and I track him to show them that I'm watching.
It's its own little
He
language.
knows I have ESP, and he doesn't like it.
He's gonna wiggle. His psyche's
What are you
breaking.
gonna do? Show me your hand. His buddy's moving in to help him out. They assume I'm gonna just like aimbot them, I bet.
They're kind of like bees. Yeah, I guess
He must have
kind
the
of.
grenadier task or something because he's looking for nades to throw at me. And before I make any noise, they just start talking.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
Hello. I'm not. I have a starting pistol out. I don't have any ammo. You got. Whoa.
I set my sights on this very high KD player. He had just dropped somebody.
It's like
I put
National
carefully.
Geographic for Tarkov. Yeah,
He notices
and
I'm
Goat
getting
is
close,
David
and look how
Attenborough.
precise his lock is on the radar. Sometimes I'd run
Okay, I
into a
see.
cheater on the way to another cheater. He snaps to me as I get close. He closes the door. And the wiggle. It surprises me every time. And once I develop the strategy and start
That's cool.
investigating more people in every single raid, the cheaters were everywhere.
Okay. So it's a huge problem. Interesting. And it's not really egregious. I thought it would have been like blatantly obvious. But the only way he's confirming the cheaters is through the wiggle while he's also cheating. Interesting. Everywhere and finds 2 cheaters. That's in one raid. And that's only the ones that he came across. It's not like he went up to every single player. There could have been more. That was 2 cheaters in a single raid, like one party, one group. Into the bits Finn, resub JFC. Maybe eventually Finn, yeah, for sure. That's why I quit Tarkov. Yeah, cheating is like an absolute community ruiner. That's something that needs to be slapped down ASAP. I can't imagine it's that hard to shut down cheating in Tarkov, right? Like, not any harder than any of the other main titles. Hopefully it doesn't happen in Dark and Darker. There were a few cheaters in Dark and Darker, it just wasn't super common. There's some bugs in the game that let you go invis or super speed that can be intentionally or accidentally activated, so you can't really use those to check for a cheater. What a wild glitch, you just get random super speed or invisibility. Thanks to the resub up down 1. Genuinely don't understand how people can have fun with cheating. It's not so much like the cheating itself being fun, it's the results being fun. Flexing the accolades, your KD ratio, whatever. That's all. I don't think anyone actually has fun in the act of cheating because that's excruciatingly boring. I can't imagine there's any fun there, it's just the result. Ruining people's fun? I guess, but you don't get any feedback from it. So like in Tarkov, your voice chat cuts out right when you die, right? So you don't even get like a gamer rage moment to laugh at. You literally just get nothing out of it. So I really have to imagine it's just the results. Thanks to the resub VHS. Thanks to tier 1. Alley. The resub BMD. The devs seem extremely competent. I have no doubt they'd be able to easily stomp out cheaters if they wanted to, but it creates publicity for the game, and any publicity is good publicity. Couldn't disagree more on that second part. No one wants to play a game that's rampant with cheaters. That's like the worst publicity for the game. If the publicity was like, Tarkov is super toxic, like, most people aren't going to care. They'll be like, oh, I'm still going to check out the game. But if they hear, like, every game has cheaters in it, they're not going to bother. There's a resub Ryan and ex-girlfriend and Bits Finn. No, I'm not speedrunning the SpongeBob horror game tonight. If we're not doing Destiny, I'm doing Wulong, and it looks like we finally are ready.
Recoil is like nuts. It's good in PvP. I was using it in PvP the other day.
You boys finish your Nightfall?
No, it's a 120.
Was that Charles?
Yep.
Yeah,
Did you
Charlie's
guys
good.
finish your Nightfall?
We did.
Just now, that was great timing.
It actually was. All right, take
Okay.
me to the tower.
Perfect.
We're on the final boss for the.
Yep.
Did you watch the MWL with chat?
No, I didn't watch it with chat. I was just going over some stuff from it and talking about stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they love it?
They could watch it for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it was so fucking good.
Yeah, I want everybody to go watch it 5 times a piece. I want another couple 100,000 views on it.
I'll tell you one thing. I know AEW and WWE is sweating right now. They're like, holy
They
shit.
are. They're
Like-
shitting their pants just like donuts.
Yeah, no, this is it's getting
Just had
scary.
to bring it up.
Extreme history.
immortalized.
Yeah, what the fuck, Matt?
Thanks to Tier 1 Grim.
Matt
and
just
the
aired
Prime
him
Kelly.
out.
Matt, how dare
Yeah,
you
that
tell
was
all of
fucked
Chad
up.
that he pooped his pants
That was a
in
low
public?
blow.
He didn't do it recently. He did it when he was 14. It's fine.
Yeah, he was only 14, guys. It was 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
who doesn't shit their pants when they're 14?
It was last week.
I saw so many
Change
people like
man.
this person in chat say,